everyone, it's Miss Allison. So for today's art class, I would like you to go back. If you haven't seen the video on how to draw faces, I'd like you to go back and check that video out. I believe that was number 8. Watch that video on how to draw faces, and then I'd like you to complete one, but instead of drawing the top of the head, I'd like you to just put a dotted line where the top of the head would be, because today the lesson's going to be all about how to create different hairstyles so that they look natural and they look like maybe a hairstyle you'd want to wear. So that's what our video is going to be today. So today you'll need the paper, pencil, maybe a marker, some colors to color in what you create. Hope you have a good time. I'll start the instruction in just a minute. Hi everyone. Last lesson, which was number 8, I believe, I showed you guys how to draw a face. If you missed that one, go ahead and look for video number 8. And it'll go through the process of showing the proportions to draw a face. This week, I'm going to show you guys how to do some different hairstyles, all right? So go ahead and grab a pencil and your paper. If you haven't watched number 7, go ahead and watch that. And I want you to draw just a couple of faces. So you have your ears and your eyes, your eyebrows, your nose and your mouth and a neck. And then really lightly, I want you to draw the line for the top of the head, okay? I've done mine with a dotted line so that you can see that. So, okay, I want you to do a couple faces, maybe 3 of them. Stop the video and do those, and then start again when you're ready, okay? I'll see you back in a minute. Okay, did you guys get some of the different faces started? Just like this with a kind of a dotted line for the top. Or actually, I asked you to do it like this. So we have the neck. And then I'm going to start with this one, actually. This is what I drew in lesson number 7. And we did kind of a natural curl hair. But what I forgot to do is if you do it like this, it looks a little bit helmety. So what you want to do is you want to add some extra lines in there to give it a little, the suggestion of all the curls. They don't have to be all over the place, but you want to add a few here and there, okay? Try not to do the same thing over and over, but that way you get the idea that there's texture there and curl, okay? Now let's take one of your pictures that you did for the ears, and the whole face is there, just not the hair, okay? Let's say you want to do a beautiful black girl with braids in her hair or twists in her hair, okay? So again, this is where the top of the head is, right? But you need to work above and below that line. So the technique that I use to do twists or braids or curly hair so that it doesn't take super long is I like to make these squiggles, kind of like little tornadoes. And what you want to do is you want to have some of them be up here and pointing in different directions. You don't want them all going down. So I'm going to give her some twist bangs. But then I'm also going to have some that come down like this. And I like to end some up here because it gives more texture to her hair. And then you also have to remember that some are going to come down here behind her ear. Maybe she's got one coming down here. And then you have to imagine the hair coming down from the back of the head too. So you want some of those twists, you want to imagine them coming down, but you don't want to draw across the face, right? And if we were to draw shoulders on her like this, we might take them all the way down the same thickness, because the ending of these braids, if we wanted her to have super long braids, they'd go down her back, right? So I know I've seen some of you guys with braids that go way down, or like Dominique, the unit director from Eastside, she has some amazing braids that go all the way down. But the trick here is You always want to have a little bit of something up on top. And you just kind of want to fill in all the blank spaces with the twists. And I always try to do the end of the twist pointing down. And if you wanted to have beads on her hair, which can be really fun, if you wanted to do that, I'd go down this far and then I would stop. Maybe I'm going to draw 2 beads. And then I'm going to draw the end of it. So there's 2 beads in her hair. You could do that on all of them or none of them, depending on the hairstyle that you want your drawing to have. Okay, so over here I'm a little thin. So I'm going to add some here. And we get to decide. Need to put some in here behind her ear. But do you see how the squiggles kind of give the suggestion of a braid? If you really wanted to take your time and really do, you know, spend a lot of time on this and really make her hair look realistic, then what you do is you go like this and you make the lines go in different directions. So I start at the bottom of that loop and then this loop. And you see how that creates a braid too? But typically when I am doing illustrations for you guys in class or coloring sheets, I don't have time to do the braids this much in detail. And that's why I've come up with this technique of doing twists for braids, because it gives that same idea without having to spend all the time doing the braids like this, okay? But if I was gonna add a bead on there, I would go like that, and I would do a second one, and then I would have the braids come down from there again, okay? But you can imagine how long that would take on here. So anyway, and I'm looking at this, I think I want her braids to come down a little farther on her head, okay? Fill that in a little more. So that's one way of doing some fun braids or twists. Here we've got one with more of a shorter natural hairdo. Now I want to show you how you want to do it if you want to do more straight hair, maybe with some bangs. Again, you want to start up here above where the head is. And you just put in light lines to show where it is. And then if you want to draw her bangs, kind of like that, maybe some going this way. There you go. And so that's how you do straighter hair. And I always do a couple little things sticking up, because if you look at anybody's head, they always have a few random hairs going on up there, okay? So now she's got straighter hair, and you could color that in. And remember, here's my dashed line. That was the top of her head. I'm bringing the hair up above it and below it. All right, so she's done with straight hair. Now I'm going to show you how to do a face if you want her to be a Somali girl or a Somali woman. And so you want to put the hijab on. If you're going to do that, you are going to start. So this was your full face, right? You want to do, can you see these side by side? See how I did her chin, her mouth, her nose, her eyes, and her eyebrows? I did not do her ears, and I did not do her neck, because that's going to be covered up by her hijab. All right, so I am going to take this line, and I'm going to have it go up a little farther. And then right above her eyebrows, I'm going to do a line like this, because that's kind of where the hijab lies. And again, I'm still going to put my top of the hijab up above this line, because you know that she might have curly hair under her hijab or braids under her hijab. So it's still going to be up there in the air. So I'm going to go like that. And now I'm going to bring it down like this, where all the fabric is, and we know that there's going to be one like coming down there. This is not a very good one, but you'll get the idea. So we want the idea of showing where the scarf is and the hijab, okay? All right, there you go. So that's 3 different ways that you can deal with hair or headscarves for your drawings. I hope you guys have a good time with this, and I will join you guys next week for another video. Have a good day. Bye.